So let's just talk about some of the use cases. As somebody who's actually just implementing Marketo for the first time,
yeah,
what advice would there be for them?
So if you have like a net new instance, right? You just bought it, there's nothing in there. My first honest answer to you would be just to like get help, right? Because that upfront investment is going to make such a difference. Now, you folks are an agency, I'm from an agency, so I don't want it to sound biased in that respect, but you don't even have to ask an agency for help. You can go online, there's a lot of resources, you can find a favorite contractor that you love, but it's so critical to get that key foundation set up in a way that makes sense for your business, right? Because then if you don't, there is so much tech debt that can accrue. There is so much stuff that you're just gonna have to fix down the line. Whereas if you had spent the time and the money and the effort upfront to understand your business and your use cases, you can get it mostly right. And then somebody who's really good at a Marketo implementation can also help you set up a roadmap, right? Of we're going to do ABC now, and then it's really important that you do C, D, and E later on to make sure that your instance will continue to grow with your business. And then also as you're implementing it, making sure that you're really identifying what architecture and what framework pieces you need immediately, right? So for example, if your team knows that they are not going to be able to run campaigns immediately out of Marketo, like that's like Q1 is implement, Q2 is run campaigns, you can bump the infrastructure needed to run campaigns to Q2, right? That's not we need it immediately to get out the door. If you are, for example, marketing in only one country, you know your audience is only in one country, infrastructure needed to like do privacy compliance and collect what country they're in, the opt-in information, you can do a very streamlined version for your very specific use case and like push that down the road because it doesn't meet your use cases right now, right? But then running like a preference center so you can correctly subscribe and unsubscribe people, right? That's really important to get up front. Some of the basic, like getting the CRM sync set up correctly, all the web stuff in terms of like this is the alphabet soup, the DKIM, the SK, SPIF. I am butchering that alphabet soup, but all of that stuff to make sure that when the time comes, you can send the emails out of there. Mm-hmm. So it's really prioritizing that list and getting the right pieces ready up front. Lead lifecycle is one, for example, that everybody needs. Everybody needs a lead lifecycle of some variety to be able to track where people are in their buying journey with your company. So that's something that you need right away, but how complicated does it need to look? How fancy does it need to look, right? That you can definitely leverage that and make like a V1 and then launch a V2 later on as your company grows in complexity, right? And because you've thought about it in different stages, you can also build it in such a way that you don't have to like scrap V1 to do V2. You can just neatly add in pieces to give you the complexity that you need.